Today I'm going to talk about gerunds and infinitives. Gerunds and infinitives are two very common verb forms in English, and we use them in many different situations. First, let's talk about gerunds. A gerund is the verb plus ing. For example, eat becomes eating, plays becomes playing, study becomes studying. Gerunds can function as the subject of the sentence. For example, reading is important. Learning English takes time. Gerunds can also function as different objects after some verbs. For example, I enjoy reading. She loves dancing. We do gerunds after verbs like enjoy, avoid, suggest, finish, and practice. Gerunds can also be subject complements. For example, my favorite activity is watching movies. Her hobby is painting. Or Pictured joy is spending time with family. Gerunds can also be objects of preposition. After a preposition, we use the gerunds. For example, she is interested in learning English. I am good at traveling. They talked about traveling. He is afraid of flying. Now let's talk about infinitives. And infinitives suppose the base form of the verb. For example, to eat, to play, to learn, to study. Infinitives can function as subjects. For example, to learn English is important. To travel is exciting. To exercise every day is healthy. The infinitives can also function as different objects. For example, I want to study, she plans to travel, and they decided to leave early. We choose infinitive after verbs like want, plant, sight, hope, and need. Infinitives can also be subjects, complement. For example, my dream is to travel the world. His goal is to become a doctor. Her plan is to start tomorrow. Infinitives can also functions as adjectives. For example, I have homework to do. The, this is a good place to eat. She has a book to read. Infinitives can also function as verbs to show purpose. For example, I studied to pass the exam. She went to the store to buy food. He raised his hand to ask a question. It's important to remember that some verbs require a specific form. Verbs followed by gerunds include enjoy, avoid, suggest, finish, consider, uh, keep, practice, recommend, and meal. For example, I enjoy reading. She suggested going to the park. They finished doing their homework. He keeps talk in class. Verbs followed by infinitives in- include want, plan, decide, hope, need, promise, agree, choose, and learn. For example, I want to sleep. They plan to start tomorrow. She decided to study English. We hope to see you soon. Some verbs can use both gerunds and infinitives, but the meaning changes. This verb include stop, remember, forget, try, and regret. For example, I stopped smoking. This means I quit the habit, but I stopped to smoking. This means I stop another activities to smoke. Remember, locking the door means you did it in the past. Remember to lock the door means do now forget in the future. In conclusion, gerunds use verb plus ing and infinitives used plus base verb. Both forms are very important in English, and some verbs require one form or the other. That's all for today. Thank you for watching my video. Bye!